Pada-dvandvam bhakta-brinda samanvitam Shri Chaitanya Prabhum Vande Nityananda Sahodam Shri Nandanandanam Vande Radhika Charanadvayam Gopijana Samayuktam Vrindavana Manoharam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhyacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Ajanulambitau bhujau kanakavaditau Sankirtanai kapitaro kamalayatakshav Vishwambarau dvijabarau yugadharmapalau Bande jagat priyakarau karunavatarau Sakta Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. I give my Sashtagandha Pranam to the lotus feet of my Gurudev Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada Stotra Shata Shishma Bhaktivav Puri Gosvami Maharaj. I pray for his causeless mercy. And I give my Sashtagandha Pranam to the lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. Pray for his causeless mercy. Today his auspicious appearance day. Great Vaishnava. And I give my Sashtagandha Pranam to the lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Vichara Vishnu Goswami Maharaj. Pray for his causeless mercy. And my Sashtagandha Pranam to all Rupana Guru Vargas. I am praying for the causeless mercy. And my Sashtagandha Pranam to all present Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis. You can open this light also. The light. Turn on the light. Yes, make full. Okay. Otherwise. So today, very good day. Whenever the Vaishnavas have their appearance or disappearance, there is no difference. Because appearance, we say in this world, we say death. Somebody is dying, somebody takes birth, but actually who is dying? No single soul is dying. Only bodies are dying. Only bodies take birth, only bodies grow, only bodies become sick, and the body. What the soul is doing? Nothing in this world. They are not dying, not becoming old, not becoming sick, not becoming tired, nothing. These are we, ourselves. So Vaishnavas, therefore we don't say Vaishnavas die. Once Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wrote that who thinks that Vaishnavas die has no understanding. No? Dying means what? If they appear, disappear, they appearing in this world and disappearing from the spiritual world, and then they disappear from this world and appear in that world, so that's all. So therefore, we celebrate both. The appearance day of Vaishnava and the disappearance day of Vaishnava. When our Guru Maharaj left this world, he's very sad, but same time very happy. Because he has no more headache from this material world, going back to the eternal service. So that is a festival also. When the Vaishnava leaves this world, there is festival. I was 2 years ago, I was in Orissa. And we went to one village, there was a village program. And one Mataji left. Oh, it was this year or last year, I forgot, but it doesn't matter. One Mataji, our god sister, disciple of our Gurudev, Ganga Devi, she left the body. She was old already, she had a few children and everything, whole life nice. How she left this world? She was chanting Shri Krishna Chaitanya and left this world. She said, this is the perfection of life. So there was no single person unhappy. Everybody was in ecstasy. Devotees came with kirtan, a whole village do kirtan and big feast, and everybody is happy. So why one should be sad? If you, with Krishna's name on the tongue, you breathe your last, it means you go to Krishna. So where is unhappiness? What is the problem of dying? It's a blessing to die in this way. So everybody was happy, and they invited us. I was with my sannyas guru, Pujavat Bhakti Vichara Vishnu Goswami Maharaj, and many other devotees. This is a place in India where many Vaishnavas are there. Any occasion, there's so many brahmachari sannyasis, Vaishnavas come. And so they all came together and there was a big feast. And then also some senior Vaishnavas, they speak a little. Then they ask me also to say some words, because I'm only one with white. You were there also, no? I think he was also there. In Berhampur, yes. Yes, Keshava was with us. So we were the only white ones. And then Nandanandam Prabhu from Croatia. So then they asked us also to say some words, no? Then I told them, I had spoken English, Vishnu Maharaj translated into Oriya, because they're simple village people, they don't speak so much English. And I said to them, if in our country somebody is dying, people are crying, people are depressed, they go silent. Once I told the history when my grandmother left the body. She was very pious, she was like a saint really. And she was 99 and a half years old and she passed away. She was so strong, but in the hospital she said, let me go, I want to go, I don't want to stay anymore. Body was really strong until last moment. We said, I want to go. Then I went in the church with the church was full because she was little locally famous, she was a strong person. Church was full. I went with a dhoti, with tilak, everything, did not care there. And nobody said, everybody was happy with that. Then we went and brought the coffin from the church to the graveyard. And it's like going silently. Like this, Then I have 3 brothers, they were with me, so I told them, in India, if somebody dies, we're dancing on the street. And that's what we did there in Orissa. And I told this to the village people in Orissa, how is difference of culture? Because why here also people are sad because they are in ignorance. They don't know what is death. It's a big mystery, What is death? What happens after death? Therefore people are afraid, therefore people are sad. But if somebody dies with Krishna's name, means he lives, then everybody knows what happens. Go to Krishna, so why anybody is sad? So I told this to the village people, they were also very happy to hear that. It's difference of culture. This human life is meant to realize this. From first breath, when we come out, Shastra will give some teachings. First, parents will help. But where are these parents nowadays? Who know what to teach to their children. They teach them from the first moment on, they will teach them just ignorance. You looking like Papa, you're looking like Mama, like this. This is all ignorance. Because who is father, who is mother? Just in this is only bodily related, but not who is father, mother of the soul. Last life, they were completely 2 different persons, were father and mother. Now this life, next life, who knows who will be father and mother. So from beginning we get taught ignorance. If you go to school, teacher will teach you ignorance. If you go to college, they will teach you ignorance. If you go university, ignorance. Even you make masters, anybody told you who you are? No. You learn so many things. You have many meters of books you learn by heart, but in not one word is written who you are. And where you go, what will happen after death? Anybody could tell you that? No, you can make PhD also, it will not change anything. This is our system, so therefore necessary to get this education. Parents, they should know. In Bhagavatam is said, one should not become father, one should not become mother, if you cannot protect your children from death. This, it is said. Guru na sasyat, svajano na sasyat, but what is that? I forgot. But one should not become guru, one should not become some relative, one should not become master, one should not become father, one should not become mother. Namochet yasamupeti mrityum. If you cannot liberate your subjects from death, then don't take any position in this world. When my brother got his first son, I told him this. Then he was looking at me, big eyes, he could not understand. But I told him, if you become father, this is glorious to become father. People don't know what is nowadays, what is the glory to become parent, father or mother. This is so glorious to give one soul this human body. This is a great sacrifice because you have to take care for maybe 15, 20 years. In the beginning, mother is doing everything. 24/7 job to take care of a small child. So this is very glorious, but for what? Not to become doctor, engineer, whatever, and earn money, but to come out from this samsara. To solve this problem once and for all, finished. This is glorious, to become a parent, to become father or mother, to give one's soul this chance to come out. Take this human body and come out. This is very glorious. This is the greatest sacrifice you can do. So it's not at all bad to have children. No? Sometimes devotees will think, oh, they are marrying and they cannot keep celibacy or whatever. This is nonsense. To have children for this purpose is very glorious. Great sacrifice. So, but if father and mother themselves do not know anything, then how they will help the children? Therefore Bhagavatam says, don't become father or mother if you don't know how to liberate, to protect your children from death. How to protect from death? Nobody can protect this body from dying, but our consciousness should come out from this body consciousness, should come to soul consciousness. Just nothing special, just to realize who am I, nothing more, and not to become something. We are already soul, Satchidananda, we are happy, we are full of consciousness, we are perfect beings, parts of Supreme. So just to realize this is the main. This is the glory of human life. These are the real heroes, no? Nowadays they make these superhero movies, they become all famous. There's so many heroes they show, but these are not heroes. Heroes is who conquer death. Who will conquer death in this human body, who will conquer that? These are the real superheroes. They should make movies with that. But people are not interested in that, they only want Maya. So, this is really glory of human life. So therefore, for the Vaishnavas, we celebrate both. Some Vaishnavas coming to this world, this is the greatest blessing for this world. Some Vaishnava leaving this world is also blessing for this world. Also to show, Vaishnavas also leave this world to give an example how to live this world. How to go. Not in ignorance, not in fear, not like this, just go. Like our Gurudev, he left his world, looking at the picture of his Gurudev, looking at the picture of Krishna's Ras Lila, and went. Consciously left this world. So to show also how to live. This is also important because one day will be also our last day. We cannot avoid. So how we will go? We need this great example. So today is this auspicious appearance day of Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, who appeared in this world in 1896. Means long time ago. He appeared, and I had the good fortune to meet him when he was very, very old. He was over 100 years old. So he appeared in Jessore district in nowadays Bangladesh, in Bengal, in a very simple village. That village is still there. There is still nothing there. People, they have cows and living in straw huts like this. One devotee, he's living in Treskirchen, he visited that place. He said, still like nothing has happened. People live simple there. So he appeared in this village, and in a family of very pious Brahmins, Chakravarti Brahmins. So he was used to this lifestyle, and he had a very compassionate heart from childhood. He had that. When once he was a small boy, he came home from school. You know, in Bengal, people like to eat fish. Until today, very difficult. Bengalis will hardly stop eating fish and stop smoking. These things they don't want to. They're like famous for that. So you can see also if you go to Bengal nowadays, you will smell this also. It's disgusting. But people like. So his mother also was preparing one fish in the kitchen. And the fish was not, fish, they also not so easy to kill them. They have such a strong life. So mother was taking that fish, it was still moving, and somehow start cutting. No? People do like this. When he came home from school, the small boy, he started crying. And he said to the mother, why you're not also cutting me into pieces and make... because I'm also useless like this fish. I'm also not better. I'm not doing any service. So you can... And then he said, I will never eat in this kitchen. Small boy said to mother, I will never eat in this kitchen if you do this again, if you cut some fish here. So he was preaching to his mother. Then they stopped, finished. Could not do. He was like this compassionate nature. Actually, all children like this. When children, they don't want to eat meat. Parents are forcing them. This is our crazy culture here. But children, they spit it out. They don't like this. This is so... Like this, he grew up, and one of his neighbors in the village, he happened to be a great personality. Name was Bhakti Ratna Thakur. He was a god brother of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, who is the father of our Param Gurudev and a very important Acharya of our line, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And his god brother Bhakti Ratna Thakur was living in that same village. And he had some deities, Radha Mohan, Shri Radha, Madan Mohan. So that small boy, Pramod Bhushan was his name, as a small boy. So he went always, he was naturally attracted. And there he was many times, he was a small boy, but he went home late at night. They were speaking, talking, doing kirtan like this. So he came home very late, next day went to school. So from childhood he was almost not sleeping. He was reducing his sleeping very strongly. So in old age also, Srila Bhakti Puri Goswami Maharaj, he was hardly sleeping. Whole life actually, he was very, very little sleeping. Children need so much sleep generally, but he was used to that. And this Bhakti Ratna Thakur, he was a very pure soul, was very renounced also. When night time he is sleeping, he did not take a pillow for his head. He put one brick and put his head on a brick and was sleeping like this on the floor. It is said, I heard from one Vaishnava. So once or so, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur visited that village to visit his god brother. So that time, the small Pramod Bhushan, he could see Bhakti Vinod Thakur, the father of his future guru. He could see him there. Then later, his father passed away. And then with his mother, he came to Kolkata and he started working. And evening time, he went to the first Gaudiya Math they started in Kolkata, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. That was in like 1914, something like this, 15. After this, in the 20s, 1920, something like that. So he was in his 20s. And he had to take care of the mother. Father passed away. So he was working daytime. And evening time he came home and went to the math to listen Prabhupada's Harikatha. He was very eager once to listen that. So once he came home, evening time, after work, and he wanted to go to the mat, and he put his feet into the shoes, and in the one shoe was a scorpio inside. And that scorpio bit him, stung him. And the scorpio, I never got the sting of a scorpio. I don't know what I heard from my godbrothers in India. If one scorpio will bite you, you cannot tolerate the pain. You will roll on the ground, so much pain you have. You cannot stay, So that stung him into his toe or feet somewhere. But he was thinking, he will show some pain now. Mother will not let him go to listen Harikatha. So he suppressed it, went out with full pain, went to the Gaudiya Math and sitting there and listening to Harikatha. And when Prabhupada starts speaking, he forget everything. He completely merged in the Harikatha. Then after the Katha was finished, the pain came back to him. Then Prabhupada, seeing him, that he has some problem. Then he asked him what's going on. Then Srila Bhakti Puri Maharaj has explained what happened, that the scorpion has stung him into his foot. Then Prabhupada's heart melted also. He said, who is so eager to hear Harikatha? I mean, you see, we make some program. No, I cannot come, it's raining. There's a difference. But when Scorpio bite him, he does not want to let it miss this Harikatha. So eager. This is how we should be eager for Sadhu Sangha. So Prabhupada then said to him, why are you staying at home? You stay in the mat. You can also go working, take care of your mother, but you stay here in the mat and you don't have to run here and there. And he saw he's so eager. So then he joined the mat, and still he was working, and still he was serving also in the mat, and still he's serving his mother, everything. He completely sacrificed himself. Then once his mother called him, when we saw he became youthful, he got the marriageable age. Then she called him and said, I want you to marry. Because in India, every mother wants the sons to marry. It's not like here in the West. But there they want to marry. So their sons. Then she called him here and said, please, you marry. I have my desire that you marry. Then that young man, he said to mother, oh, mother, why you want me to marry? I said, I love you, I want you. I'm your mother, I want. Then he said, if you love me, why you want me to marry? Tell me the truth. In your married life, you were more suffering or you had more happiness? Tell me the truth, he said to his mother. Then mother, she started crying also and said, no, it's too much suffering also. Then he said, why you want me to marry? You love me. Then his mother never said any word. She's never said anything. Just I heard one story also of my god brother. He told me also when he was from Orissa. When he was 17, he was running away from home to join the temple. He left. So he came to Puri, from Berhampur to Puri, and there he met our Gurudev. And when he saw Gurudev, he was 17 years old boy. So he went there. And he sat there. The Gurudev was writing himself, Chaitanya Bhagavat by hand. He was writing something. That was in 1991, 92, like this time. That time life in the temple in India they had no telephone, nothing, no internet, that was very simple. So Guru Maharaj was writing then, that time, his name also became Bodhan Maharaj, he took sannyas now also. So he's sitting down, then Guru Maharaj asking, where are you from? He said, from Berhampur. Oh, that's also Guru Maharaj's district where he's from. Then that was the only question he asked him. Then Guru Maharaj started speaking 1 hour Harikatha and only crying. When Guru Maharaj spoke about Mahaprabhu, only tears. He did not know what is going on. He never saw that. Once he's crying so much. Then 1 hour he spoke. Guru Maharaj, only one person there, but he spoke about Mahaprabhu and Krishna and he was crying. So much touched his heart. Next day again he saw Guru Maharaj there. Again Guru Maharaj speak with him. He's crying. So much affection. Then the parents came and took him home. They found where he is, so they brought him home to his home. And then after Guru Maharaj came to their village, and then after some time, he told to the mother, you are like a demon. Guru Maharaj chastised the mother, you are a demon. You want to, one person, one soul is coming to start Hari Bhajan, why you want to take her away? Guru Maharaj chastised her very heavily. Then later she also took initiation from Gurudev. She was also touched. And when he came home after, then she said, I don't want you to marry. He's only son. Only one son, 2, 3 daughters. Then his mother blessed him. He said, no, I want you to go to the temple and become a devotee. Go. His mother blessed him. So same also, Bhakti Puri Maharaj, his mother asked, then she realized, yes, why this is not happiness. So she never asked again for marriage. So he stayed in the mat, he became brahmachari, stayed there. Then one Jamashtami day, Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta, he gave initiation to him. He gave him Harinam initiation, he gave him Vaishnava Diksha initiation. I think even that orange cloth, he gave everything in one day. He saw that is a very qualified person. Generally we take Harinam initiation, then after 1-2 years take Diksha initiation, Vaishnava Diksha, then after 1-2 years you take this saffron cloth where you say, I will never marry in my life. But Prabhupada saw, he's qualified, he gave him everything in once. And then he is very talented writer, so he became Prabhupada's secretary and he was writing many articles. Prabhupada was just like dictating, and they were writing by hand. There was no tape, no microphone, no MP3 player, whatever. They did not have at that time. This was 1920s, 30s in India. So they were only by pen and paper they were writing. And Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he was such a genius. He was not dictating one article at once. He had 3 writers and he was dictating 3 articles at once. One sentence to him, then he was writing. While he was writing, it said this sentence and that sentence, and like this. And they write down everything and published it. And Srila Bhakti Puri Maharaj, they started one daily Vaishnava newspaper. That's called the Dainik Nadya Prakash. I don't know whether it's going on or not still. That time with the printing press machines where by hand you have to put the letters together, every day they would publish one newspaper. And like this, Prabhupada was dictating the articles, they write them, put them, and they were perfect. No need proofreading, they were so clear in their mind. They did not make mistakes at that time. So they make this Dainik Nadya Prakash, and he became the editor, chief editor of this newspaper and many other magazines, and he was very nice, good writer. And later on, after Prabhupada left, then also he continued this service until old age actually. Srila Bhakti Puri Maharaj, he was like an encyclopedia. When he would speak, he would just quote Shastra like this. He did never speak something from his imagination. He was really extremely learned. And there are some videos you can see where he's 90 plus years old, but with full clear memory, clear mind, everything. When he was young, he could fluently speak also English. When he was old, he spoke in Bangla. English was no more so fluent. But you can see how he's speaking, no thinking, just flowing through him. Until old age, they maintained this. And he had very great devotion for deities, for the murtis also. He was taking care, from childhood he was taking care of Bhakti-Ratna Thakur's deities. Then once after Prabhupada left, and then they were staying with some God brothers together in Kolkata, they rented some place. And suddenly one morning one lady knocked on the door. And the lady said, "Here are my deities, please take, Radha Krishna deities, please take them." I had a dream in the night. These deities appeared to me and said, "I shall come to this address here and give the deities, otherwise our whole family will be finished." This was my dream, so take these deities. So she gave it to Bhakti Puri Maharaj, and he kept them, and he called them Radha Gopinath. So later on he started his Radha Gopinath Gaudiya Math from this. So he got his deities, and he was worshipping them with full devotion, and he had some Shalagram Shila also. Every day he would do his puja, very, very like strictly, and he took his time also, not like just finished, not like that. He had many pictures of the Vaishnavas. He would offer everyone little water, some flowers to all Vaishnavas, and he was always praying. Until old age he was doing that. And night time, he would also, when Prabhupada was still here, he had so much service, and Prabhupada ordered him also, you have to chant 64 rounds on your japa beads. This takes a lot of time. 64 rounds you have to chant. Then one day he came to Prabhupada and said, "Oh Gurudev, I cannot do, I have no time, there's so much service, you have to write this." He was expecting that maybe Prabhupada said, "Okay, you chant little less." But Prabhupada said, "Now somehow or other you have to do it." He did not. So what he did, he stopped sleeping practically. In night time he was writing and chanting, and in morning time he was. So who is now his successor, Srila Bhakti Vibhuti Pradhan Goswami Maharaj, he was his personal servant in old age. And he said, he stayed with his Gurudev many times. So his Gurudev was writing articles in the night, and then 4 o'clock the bell is ringing to wake up the devotees. No, dang, dang, dang. He said, "Oh, night has passed." No? He was sleeping, his servant was sleeping, but his Gurudev, he was whole night writing, practically not sleeping. Then go to Mangalarati, then chanting little like this. Great souls, great souls. And from this got many mystic siddhis also. Vaishnavas don't want that. That is one thing. We are not. There is one description in Srimad Bhagavatam about these Ashtasiddhis, yogic Ashtasiddhis, 8 mystic perfections like Anima and Lagima and like this. You can become smaller than the smallest and lighter than the lightest and whatever you want you can have from any place. These are all siddhis you can get. And Krishna is describing them and describing also how you can get that. But at the end of the chapter he says, my devotees never want this. These are obstacles for devotion. Not necessary. Because if you want to execute these powers, you have to stay in this world here. In the spiritual world, everybody is a perfect siddha. You cannot impress anyone with these siddhis in the spiritual world. They have this. So, but Vaishnavas naturally get that, but they don't show. Because what happens if you do some miracles, people will come. But what kind of people will come? Nonsense people will come. Sincere people will not. They want some sensation, some miracles, something like this. So Vaishnavas rather don't do any miracles and just have peace and do their bhajan. But once in Mayapur, there is temple of Srila Bhakti-Pramod Puri Maharaj, still there, and they installed the deities. He installed the deities of Gaur Gadadha and Radha Gopinath, and I think Nishingadev is there something. And the Pujari in summertime, he was very hot there summer, so Pujari was dressing the deities and he was sweating, and when he turned around with his elbow, he hit like Gadadha Pandit's murti. We cannot say statue, but the murti of Gadadha Pandit. And he did not take care of him, and he has a stone. But Bhakti-Pramod Puri Maharaj was in his room upstairs. Then who was he? He called the temple president. He said, bring me the Pujari. Then the Pujari came, and then Bhakti-Pramod Puri Maharaj said, you hit Gadadha Pandit with your elbow. So go and beg for excuse, otherwise you will entangle yourself in this material world. You did one offense. They are all astonished. Pujari knows he was alone, nobody there. Then the temple was asking, how you know this? There is no windows, nothing is there. And then he said, Baba, Gadadha Pandit personally came here and complained to me. So he was not seeing stones. Actually, we see when we come to the temple and we see the stone murti, we see only stone because our heart is a stone. Who has no stone heart, he will see Krishna. So when Srila Bhakti-Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj came to one temple, Pradhan Maharaj told us, his disciple, when he came to any temple, he went to the altar and then was looking. Long time he was looking. And then after he told, oh, Thakurji is very happy. Or this and this problem is there. They told him what is problem. So pure devotees are like this. You cannot cheat them. They know. Once when he was a child only, when he was taking care of Bhakti Ratna Thakur's Radha Madan Moha deities, once in the winter time he forgot to put a blanket on Krishna. Then he became sick. He was shivering, and morning time he got fever and everything, and he went to Bhakti Ratna Thakur. Bhakti Ratna Thakur understood all. And he told to him, you take bath in the cold river and bring one blanket to Krishna, then you will be cured. So he did like this and he finished. He gave Krishna one blanket. They are connected. Krishna is not stone. I am worshipping here also Radha Krishna in the form of Govardhan, but they are not stones. We say Shila. Shila means in Sanskrit stone, Govardhan, but it's not a stone. It's a Krishna, it's Sakshat Hari, directly Krishna. So if you have this relationship, then they will reciprocate. Krishna said in Gita, Yeyatamaham prapadyate tam stataiva bhajamyaham. How you come to me, I reciprocate. If you think he's a stone, Krishna will be stone. He will not react. But if you know he is Krishna, he will be Krishna also. Yes. So Srila Bhakti-Pramod Puri Maharaj, he was known for his excellent deity worship. He really took it very serious. And everyone, this is not a play. These are never stones. This is Krishna himself. Many stories like this there. Once he was in he was in one place, thousands kilometers away from another temple, and then suddenly he felt like some burning on his back, and he immediately called some problem he called the pujari, some problem with the deities. No, nothing happened. Then after some time, a phone call came that in Brindavan, maybe 1,000 kilometers away, the altar came catch some fire, and he felt that on his body. So he was connected. And once, but Vaishnavas never want to show this. They are fearing the popularity. So he was very humble. He was like the embodiment of this Trinada Pisanichana shloka, to be more humble than a blade of grass, to be more tolerant than a tree. He was like in person, this verse. Once a friend of mine from Canada, he met him in Mayapur. So he met him on the street. He was old already. His back was bent. He could not walk properly. So he went like this. And my friend Mahamantra Prabhu, he wanted to go there and touch his feet. And no, he started shouting like this. My friend, he became afraid what happened. So he did not dare to touch his feet. He did not want that. When he was his 100th birthday, his 100th appearance day, they made a big festival in Mayapur with the speakers on the street and everywhere. It was a big festival. All Vaishnavas came, and because he was senior most at his time. Then everybody spoke, and finally he got the mic and he spoke. And what he said, with 100 years, he said, I want to become the dog of the Vaishnavas. Please accept me, I want to be a dog. That's until this mood was in him. Once one Vaishnava came to him. He was chanting every day, strictly, minimum 100,000 names on his japamala. Like 64 rounds he was finishing, like his guru said him, and he had full taste for the name. He would always, but once one Vaishnava came to him. Oh Maharaj, I have no taste for chanting the holy name. I'm chanting 20 years. I have no taste. What can I do? Not easy to get taste for the holy name, no? Then Srila Bhakti Puri Goswami Maharaj, he was starting thinking. Then after some time said, I'm chanting 80 years, I have the same problem. He said like that, Vaishnava never thinks I am a Vaishnava. I have so much taste. I am doing this service, I am doing that service. Actually, our Param Gurudev Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, if somebody says, I have done this, I have done that, this is sinful. I have done this service, I have whatever I have done. This is not, we're not doing anything. Krishna allows us to be an instrument. We can do. So in this way, he was always very humble and very kind also. He was very strict but very kind. Once he was in Kolkata. Many years he spent in Kolkata, Gaudiya Math, under one of his god brothers, Bhaktidaita Madhav Goswami Maharaj. And he was there, happily. And his room was always open. Never he locked his room. So once one drunkard came into the mat. Evening time, he was fully stoned. And he entered his room. And all the devotees became angry and they want to throw him out. But his habit was, he always had some Ganga water in his room. And whoever came, he just put some blessing. So the drunkard came, he put some Ganga water on him. That was first. Then that drunkard, we feel happy because he got some nice welcome. Then he started singing because he was drunk, and so he started singing something. Then all the devotees became angry. But Srila Bhakti Prabhupada became happy. Oh, he's singing so nice. He was treating everyone with love. Everyone with love. So this is one quality of Vaishnavas actually. To be friendly to everyone. So once, many incidents happened. So once, one lady came, young lady, and she was crying. She asked the darshan of Maharaj, and then she came inside and she was crying, and she said, I'm just coming from hospital. The doctor said, check my blood, everything. I have leukemia, this blood cancer. The doctor said, I have a few months, I have to die. So she was crying, she said, please help me. I have no other hope, please you help. Then Srila Bhakti-Pramod Puri Maharaj said, you go to Vrindavan. He said the exact date. On this day, 3 o'clock in the morning, you go to Keshi Ghat. In Vrindavan, one place where Krishna killed the Keshi demon, you know that, the Keshi Ghat. You go to Keshi Ghat, drink this water, this is Krishna's Charanamrita, because Krishna will take bath at this time. He said exactly the day and the time, and then after 8 o'clock you go to Nidhuvan. There, Krishna at the entrance, he will go, you take this food dust on your head, I will cure you. So she did like this, she is still alive. You see, that is the power of pure devotees. What is their realization about Krishna? So he knew that, but never showed this. But in this case, he was forced, because she came with full hope, and out of compassion, he disclosed and what level of Krishna consciousness he is. Otherwise, just I don't know anything. This is generally Vaishnavas. If you ask somebody, I don't know. But they know everything, and they know that Krishna Bhakti is the best what you can do in life, and nothing can persuade them from their conviction. But they say, I don't know. I don't know anything. Humility, that is of the Vaishnavas. So such a great personality took birth today. It's a great, blessing to remember this, to hear about them, to remember. Krishna is more happy to hear the katha of his Vaishnavas even than his own katha. Like you have children. Somebody will praise your children, how you will feel? Very nice. If somebody praise you, maybe it's okay, not so bad. But if praised directly, you don't feel nice. No? If you listen somebody somewhere else, they praise you, that feels good. But somebody comes and tells you, you're this, you say, stop that. But somebody praise your children, you will feel very happy. So Krishna is very happy to hear also the katha of his devotees. If you glorify them, it's very best katha is to speak about Vaishnavas. So here many books were published from him. He himself wrote many things in Bengali, many articles, hundreds and thousands of articles and poems and everything he wrote. In English they after published many books also, translated. And just last Saturday one Mataji told me she always read, when she bought any book, she read the last page first to see what is in the book. But when she got one Prabhupada's book, she was thinking, I cannot do this. She had respect and did not do it. But in this book, if you take the last page first of Bhakti-Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, book's name is called The Heart of Krishna. Heart of Krishna means Vaishnava. We were just singing that song. This Tumara Hridaya Sada Govinda Vishram. In your heart, always, Vaishnava Thakur, you can open please. Johanni can do. So in your heart always Govinda is nicely relaxing. And Govinda ko hena mama Vaishnava param. Govinda says, the Vaishnavas are my life. Oh, that is not working. Should have called me also. At least I put my phone on. Sorry. Because they're repairing this. To me?
Ja, so auf WhatsApp.
Oh, now I'm seeing it. Okay. Now I'm seeing it. So, Govinda says that Vaishnavas are my life and soul. So this book is called The Heart of Krishna. Heart of Krishna means Vaishnava. And the whole book deals only with Vaishnava Parat, offense against the Vaishnava. That was his very strong point. Therefore, if you read the last page, and he said, my dear devotees, I humbly beg all of you, please do not commit Vaishnava Parat. And that was because this is the only problem we can have in spiritual life. Spiritual life means you have no problems. What is problem to offer one incense to Krishna? What is problem to sing and dance? This is no problem. Problem to take prasadam is no problem. Everything is pleasure. Everything is easy to do. But this one has to be very careful. Not to criticize any Vaishnava means not to beat one Vaishnava, that is clear, but not to criticize one Vaishnava. If you're not happy to meet one Vaishnava, this is also Vaishnava Parad. If you see some Vaishnava, oh, this one, that is not good, because Krishna is coming in his heart. And if you not welcome one Vaishnava, if you're envious with the Vaishnava, angry with the Vaishnava, this is all Vaishnava Parad, and this makes problems in our spiritual life. So therefore, this is the most important, just to take care. Give respect to all, what to speak of Vaishnavas. So he was himself such an elevated Vaishnava, but he always gave respect to everyone. Once, in Chaitanya Gaudiya Math in Kolkata, he was staying there. Under his elder god brother, Srila Bhaktivedanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj. When Srila Bhaktivedanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj left this world, his disciple, Srila Bhaktivedanta Maharaj, became Acharya of the Math. But Srila Bhakti-Pramod Puri Maharaj was still staying there. He was a senior to Srila Tirtha Maharaj. And then they had one festival there. And Srila Bhaktivedanta Maharaj was sitting on the stage. Then Bhakti-Pramod Puri Maharaj, who was the most senior at that time, he came and was sitting down on the floor and listening. I want to see. Then they had to call him to come up to the stage. He said, no, you are Acharya, you are Acharya. I'm just nothing. They always feel like this, always humble. Even they are really the most elevated. So when I first time came to India in 1999, I had good fortune to meet him also. That was he was that time 104 years old already. And he was no more speaking, unfortunately. He was just lying in his bed. And so there was his last Vyasa Puja on today's day. In 1999 we went to Puri. Narasingha Maharaj, also Mathura Prabhu was there, and some other devotees. We went to, Mathura Prabhu was with us, yes. And some other devotees we went to India. And first night we spent in Kolkata, one night in the ISKCON temple, then next day we went to Puri. There was the festival already going on. So I was first time in India. In Kolkata, I first time in my life had a Mangala Arati experience, and it was so beautiful. I was thinking, when 4 o'clock, 4:30, they have Mangala Arati or something. When the curtain opened and they start singing, I was really thinking, my God, who has never been at a Mangala Arati? He lived in Wien in his life, It was so next day we went in night train, we took to Puri, I think so, or something, and then next day Mangala Arati, I was thinking, I have to go. So we took one guest house just opposite of the temple of Bhakti-Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj on the beach. It's near the beach in Puri. So 4 o'clock I got up, fully enthusiastic, completely jet-lagged, but anyhow, what I was thinking, I have to go to Mangala Arati. So I want to go out, but the gate was locked of the house. No? So I was climbing over the wall and jumping on the street and running there to the temple. When I jumped down and go to the temple, some dogs came. Street dogs, nighttime, nobody there. One starts barking, then you have 30 suddenly around you. And they were all around me and barking. And oh my God. So I was chanting, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Gaur Bhakta-vrinda, and going slowly. I was thinking, okay. Then nobody there. It's night, 4 o'clock. So then one tea wala already had opened. They opened. So then he called me. I saw at least one human being there. He called me, so I went there. Then the dogs ran away also. Then I took one tea. Actually, we should not take tea, but I was thinking, okay, just let me buy one tea out of gratitude. So I took one tea. I was not initiated also at the time. I had no idea. I took one tea and went to Mangala Arati then. When I came there at the temple, the Mangala Arati, the temple was maybe 2 by 2 meters big. That was the temple. Just one small like this. And the deities were standing inside. Pujari was standing on the floor, and some devotees were gathered around. That was the Mangala Arati. Before I was in ISKCON temple, first Mangala Arati, everything big and gorgeous. Then I was staying here in the night, a few people doing something. I also don't know the song, what they're singing. They're singing Bhale Gaura Gadadhara like we sing now, so I did not know that. But anyhow, that was Mangala Arati. Then I went back to the guest house. I did not know any person, nothing, what I'm doing there. I was the only white person there. So then I came back when the program started for Bhakti-Pramod Puri Maharaj, and I came from backside. There was a big stage. From behind the stage I came. And then when I came around and I look on the stage, and I just fall flat on the floor. When I saw all these great Vaishnavas there, so many old sannyasis and Babajis sitting there, I was like, I never saw this in my life. First time in India, no? There were some few disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur left at that time. And they're all there. And then there was darshan of Srila Bhakti Puri Goswami Maharaj. He was in his room. There was only one building, ashram building. Temple was not there. Temple was just the altar, 2 by 2 meters. Simple construction from concrete, nothing else. So then darshan was there. We had to go on the first floor and then last room. They opened the door and they put some board and so you cannot enter. Some bar was there. And you could just give Dandavat Pranam. He was lying in the bed. You could just see the nose and some tubes inside like this. Not nice to see for the eyes. And he was no more speaking, no more externally conscious. But we went just to give Dandavats, and we give Dandavats to this. What happened you cannot describe also. How much power came from that lying body there. It was, I never experienced that in my life. Just to give Dandavats to one old man, so to say, but so spiritual it was. So, and all devotees were eager to give the Dandavats to him. So it really changed my life when I came there. I was, my God, what is going on here? No? I did not know. I was completely new. I don't know anything. Saw that. So then every day, as few days the festival. So every day morning, afternoon I was eager to give my Dandavat Pranam to him, and therefore I put also his picture here in the ashram, because he gave me such a strong blessing there in the beginning. No? Just this is the presence of the pure devotee, Radha Krishna in his heart is there. This is the first one here. One cannot see it, it's around the corner. First one on the top is Srila Bhakti Puri Goswami Maharaj. So I'm really somehow also personally indebted completely to him, because he gave me such a... You cannot describe, because there was nothing to see. But it came into the heart. No? And so many Vaishnavas were there, great Vaishnavas. They all came and gave their respect to him. He was such a Vaishnava. Then after this festival was finished, we went to Vrindavan. And one day before Kartik finishes, one day before Rasa Purnima, he left this world. So our Guru Maharaj was there. Guru Maharaj was very serious also. Our Guru Maharaj, that time he was 86 years old, 86, 87. So when he listened he asked to Narsingha Maharaj that time, how is Srila Puri Maharaj doing? He said, they're only lying. And Guru Maharaj said, he has become old. Guru Maharaj was 86, he was 104. Guru Maharaj said, he has become old, yes. Then when he passed away, the news came. Then Guru Maharaj said one thing. He said, Vaishnavas, they are like teeth. You feel the value only when you lose them. That is the truth. No? If you take granted you have such a jewel amongst you, such a powerful Vaishnava who just, everything is clear with him, but when he is gone, then all the problems start. So Vaishnavas, they are very valuable, but you don't feel the value until you lose them. This is so, therefore one should appreciate now, this time, what we have, when we have Sadhu Sangha, what is this great value. So he passed away one day before Rasa Purnima in Vrindavan, so he just joined his eternal service, because his Ishtadev was Gopinath, Radha Gopinath. Shriman Rasa Rasarambi, Bangshi Vatatatastita. Karsham Venusvanayar Gopir Gopinath Asriyastam. Gopinath is the one who is playing the flute on Bamshivat. So on Bamshivat means on Ras Purnima, Krishna playing the flute and calling all the gopis. So one day before he joined his eternal service. So today his glorious appearance day, and one thing is there, these Vaishnavas are all ocean of mercy. When we greet Vaishnavas, we say Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha. You all pranam to the ocean of mercy. But on their appearance day and on their disappearance day, they are even more merciful. So and therefore that day one should speak about them, hear about them, pray to them, they will definitely bless us. Definitely. Because they come to this world not because of karma, only because of compassion. They are not forced to take birth, but they want to help Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to help us to come out from this samsara. Their heart is bleeding. So it's a great honor, great pleasure to speak about them, to hear about them, and ask their blessings. Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Dadya Shubh Abhibhavatiti ki jai, Srila Gurudeva ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gourpremanande Hari.